Host name microprocessor and microcontroller. So title is a keyboard and display controller. Mr. Arpan Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Keyboard and display controller. So on competition, students will be able to explain keyboard and display controller. So keyboard and display controller. Here Intel 8279 is an large scale integrated device. In this IC is used in the keyboard, a display controller. So it is a simultaneous drivers the display of a system and interfaces a keyboard with a microprocessor. The keyboard display interface scans the keyboard to identify if any key has been pressed and sends the code of the pressed key to the microprocessor. It also transmits the data received from the microprocessor to the display device. 8279 has three input modes for keyboard interface: scanned keyboard mode, scanned sensor matrix mode, stopped input mode. 8279 has two output modes for display interface: left entry and right entry. It has two key dispersion modes, two key lockout mode, n key rollover mode. So this is a pin diagram of the 8279. In this IC consists of 40 pins. Okay, so input, output, and read, write. So all pins are available. 40 pins. Here, one by one, the pins are we have described. Data bus D7 to D0. All data commands between the microprocessor and 8279 are transmitted on this lines. Read pin is a microprocessor reads the data status from the 8279. So write pin is a microprocessor write the data to 8279. A0, a high signal on this line indicates that word is command on status. A low signal indicates the data. So here reset pin, the high signal is in this pin reset the 8279. After being reset, 827 is placed on the following modes: 16:8-bit character display is a left entry and a 2 key lockout. So CS means chip select. A solo signal on this input is enable the communication between 8279 and a microprocessor. IRQ, the interrupt request, the interrupt line goes low with each FIFO sensor RAM returns high if there is still information in the RAM. SL0 to SL3 scan lines which are used to scan the key, switch or sensor matrix and display digits. These lines can be either encoded 1 of 16 or decoded. RL0, RL7 input return lines which are connected to the scan lines through keys or sensor switches. They have active internal pull-ups to keep them the high until a switch enclosure pull one low. This also serve as an 8-bit input in the stopped input mode. Shift. So it has active internal pull-up to keep it high until a switch closer pulls to. So control stop mode for keyboard mode. This line is used to control input and stop like status of the key closer. The line is also stop line to enter the data into FIFO, the stopped output mode. Out A0, out A3, out B0 and out B3. The two 4-bit ports may be blanked interplay. So BD is the blank and displayed during digit. So it's a block diagram of 8279. So it's block CPU interface section, and it is a CPU in the CPU interface section. This section has a bidirectional data buffer, input output control lines. So input request lines, it consists of data buffer, input output control, FIFO sensor, and a display address register, 16 into 18 display RAM, and the read signal, write signal, scan controller and return. Okay. Here keyboard section. The keyboard section key is a scan section and a display section. It consists of three sections. Keyboard section, and keyboard section means two key logout and n key logout. Already you know that. So scan section, this section is scan counter and 4 scan lines. Display section, this lines is 2 groups of output lines, A0 to A3 and B0 to B3. It also is a 16:8 display RAM. Thank you very much.